Hi, today we're going to be using these white light oracle cards to pick our piles. So we've got the Garuda Suparna for pile 1, the Karma of Kutuhala for pile 2, and Spirit Owl of 852 Hertz for pile 3. Okay, so if you want to look down into the description, there's some timestamps to jump straight to your reading. All the readings on the channel are timeless, so whenever you find them and you're drawn to one of them, then that's that's when it's for you, kind of thing. So and all of the readings are the same, all of them are going to be timeless on here. So what we're going to do then is we'll do a general tarot reading for each pile choice, and then at the end of the reading we'll pick out each card here and just see what it says in the book, see if there's extra messages or anything for you. Okay, so let's make a start on pile 1. Hi pile 1, this is your reading. So what we'll do is we'll put the Garuda up here, whoops, like that, and we'll grab your tarot cards and we'll do a general reading just to see what comes out for you. Okay, see if any relevant messages come out for you today. I'll just move some bit, whoopsie, dropping my crystals. I'll just move things a little bit so that we've got plenty of room. All right, and okay, so pile number 1, everybody who was drawn to this Garuda Suparna today, what messages or guidance do we have coming through for all of the pile 1 people, please? Okay, so your energy coming through at the moment is, this one's pointing out at me, so this is, so your energy is 2 of Pentacles. Let's get it in a good place. What's helping or hindering you is Judgment. What's brought you to this particular reading today? We've got the 2 of Cups. In your subconscious, we've got the 7 of Swords. In your conscious mind, we've got the Ace of Wands. What's coming straight towards you is the Emperor. And then going forward, your energy will be the Knight of Wands. The situation, others, outside influences, is coming out as the Queen of Swords. And then hopes and fears, we've got the 8 of Swords. And outcome, we have got the 6 of Wands. That's a really good outcome card to see it like that. So what we're going to do is we'll go through and we'll grab cards to clarify if it feels like we need some more info. Okay, so let's start with your energy coming out as the 2 of Pentacles. So just looking at everything else at the minute. So it feels like you're needing some balance. I mean, that's kind of the most obvious thing, really. A more healthy work-life balance, or some generally in general life, like some things to be more balanced and more easy to deal with, where things aren't too much of a struggle, or you're not kind of juggling your finances too much, or under too much pressure, and things are flowing better for you. And when we've got the what's helping or hindering you, we've got Judgment. So it feels like you're feeling like it's time to get things under control, and to get things, I mean, do see this also with, you've got the 2 of Cups that's brought you to this reading as well. So that's another kind of having things being easier for you, and having things be kind of more of a match, and more in alignment with, you know, making your life yeah, balanced, and something that feels more harmonious to you. And then in your immediate future, you've got the Emperor, so that's somebody who's very balanced and very in control. So it feels like you want to take back control of life and the direction in life at the minute, where you may be feeling yeah, it's high time to have that kind of equilibrium again. And definitely make a change for the better. You're being called to here with the Judgment card. So you're in a good position to kind of have an overhaul, I feel. Looking at these, whether you've got like important choices to make, or a new direction in something that's going to make you, you know, you're looking for something that's going to make you happier and that's going to be more of a match for you. And something to help things flow easier for you. And moving up into kind of like a life upgrade, as it were. But Judgment is kind of making the jump into kind of being much more in control. With the Emperor here, I feel like it's time to kind of assert yourself, go for what you want, get planning a plan of action. You've got in your subconscious, you've got this Seven of Swords. So is this sort of falling in line with maybe getting a new, it feels the overall for all these cards here in this current situation is kind of giving me that you want to have a new plan for living, a new plan for the new you, and how you're going to be kind of in control of things. And you may have some idea that is like in your conscious thoughts, you've got the Ace of Wands. You're kind of looking for something that's going to fire you up. There may have been an offer recently that you're considering taking, if it was work or something like that, or just something that's going to come along or has come along to make you feel like you would like to rise to the occasion and take this opportunity, whether it's an outside opportunity or whether it's something that you're creating for yourself to kind of elevate your life in some way and kind of get in control. And sort of move forward with purpose, because we've got the Seven of Swords in your subconscious is kind of thinking outside the box. But here in this situation, I feel it's you have an idea maybe, or you have, like I say, have had this offer. You're looking to make some positive changes in your life and how you handle life, so that life goes how you want it to, you know. And then you have this Seven of Swords, which is like also about thinking things through carefully and planning carefully as well. So the Emperor here in your immediate future is you know, executing that plan, being very sure about what you want to do, and sort of back in your power and things like that, and confident. And you have this, whatever your plan is, it's about having some discipline with it as well, and not kind of going, you know, having some structure. The Emperor is all about structure and kind of making the rules to help everybody have a sort of solid, secure future and things like that. So I would just say, you know, that the Seven of Swords is like, yes, you have a really good idea, you have good potential, and you're heading in the right direction. But the Emperor is like, well, make sure you make sure this is a solid foundation, and you've thought everything through properly, and you've taken the time, maybe taken some advice and that, to make sure that this is a good solid plan going forward as well. Let me just see if there's any extra about this, because it feels like you want to kind of launch into a new phase of life where things are much more, you know, you've got the Pentacles and the Cups as twos, so there's definitely a need for balance and some harmony coming in, where you're kind of freeing yourself up from any inequality or any yeah, any kind of imbalance, I feel, and you're rising up out of that situation into a better situation with a Judgment card here. Can we get any clarification on like the overall feel of these cards, these initial cards for pole 1, please? We could just clarify. That would be awesome. This one's poking out. Let's have a look at this one. 3 of Wands. I feel, yeah, I mean, it feels to me like you're definitely looking for a lot more satisfaction, a lot more balance, both emotionally and in your practical world, you know, your day-to-day, your finances, or your material world as well. So you're definitely looking for some stability and harmony. And the 3 of Wands is just popping out, I think, to say yes, you are capable of a lot. I think if you have think things through properly, maybe get some advice if you need it. Your ideas definitely have potential. And you know, it's really about dropping anything that's not useful to you, any old mindsets, any impulsivity, I feel like I want to say, so that you can move forward with these great ideas you have, and this enthusiasm and this passion that you have to change things and upgrade things, and have success, you know, rather than it kind of not come to anything. So you're having that solid plan behind you, I feel, will help you to achieve success with what you're doing. So the Emperor doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stifle your creativity or stifle your passion for it, but it just, you know, the 3 of Wands is coming to say yes, you'll be getting some success, you'll be seeing some success coming in, with some careful planning, and commitment and things like that. So that's kind of what I'm getting there. Feels a bit like career to me, but it could be just general life. Now what we've got as a result of this going forward, we've got your energy coming through as the Knight of Wands. So you are going to be feeling that you are ready for this new journey. This, you know, you feel, you know, you've got this solid background behind you with the Emperor here, so you've got a plan, and now it's about putting that into action and going forward and taking action on it, and being really fired up to succeed. So I like that for you there. And then we've got the situation or others. So let me see. Got the Queen of Wands. So sorry, the Queen of Swords. So let me just see if this is somebody in your life, or whether it's yourself, or let's just see what we've got here. Will you please confirm what the Queen of Swords is doing in the reading here? Whoops. Oh, this one wanted to be out. 8 of Wands. I don't think it's a person. This is just more like, I feel that the Queen of Swords is about cutting, you know, when we're talking about the Judgment, we're talking about dropping anything that's holding you back, dropping things that are no longer useful to you. And we've got the Queen of Swords, who comes in to basically say yes, cut anything away that is no longer of use to you. So any old habits, any mindset, you know, be honest and truthful about what it is you want, and be truthful with others around you. But you know, have that determination and stand up for yourself as well. But yeah, try not to take anything with you that kind of is going to keep you back in that place of imbalance that you've come from. And with the 8 of Wands coming out to clarify, I feel that you know, things will move in a good pace, and there'll be lots happening for you. So it's about, you know, keeping to the plan as well, being sensible as you go through. and aware of what you're doing and things like that, and to be in control, you know, to communicate clearly and things as well. There's some communication here, so it feels like there's going to be a lot of movement and a lot of sort of fast moving communication and fast moving events coming along, and it's just to keep yourself organized and be sort of objective and logical about things, and you know, keep careful track of what's going on and stuff like that, so you don't kind of get overwhelmed. With the hopes and fears, you've got this 8 of Swords, which is good, you know, it's about overthinking or thinking the worst, or it's about feeling sort of trapped and not wanting and not sort of feeling able to come out of a situation on your own and things like that. But I think if you can follow the Queen of Swords example, where she's very aware, she doesn't kind of hold on to anything that's any, or mindsets as well. Like she's very kind of logical in how she thinks, and sensible and intelligent, and she would know when her mind is kind of steering her the wrong way, if you see what I mean. So I feel this is saying to keep practical. Don't be in your head so much and overanalyze things and be in that analysis paralysis thing. Just look at the facts of what's happening, look at the truth of what's happening, and keep grounded, keep, you know, going along with the planning part of the Emperor, you know, where you've worked it all out, you've made a plan B for when things go wrong, stuff like that, so that you don't get caught up in feeling overstressed or anxious about outcomes and things, because you have a plan and you're sticking to it, and you know, you don't need to worry, basically, because you've done some preparation for it. And then we've got the 6 of Wands in your outcome, which is really good signs. It's basically that's a victory. So you have a couple of victory cards here. You have this initial victory of the 3 of Wands, where, you know, as you begin, you know, you make this careful preparation, and you stay committed, and you are sensible about what you're doing. You're going to start to see success here. And then you've got the next victory card in the Wands suit as your outcome, which is that you are aware that you have to keep working, and you know, it's not over yet, and there's more work to do in the future, but you can start to be recognized for what you've done right, and people will be admiring you, and you're going to be finding the rewards coming in, and it's just really about continuing that work, and keeping on with that plan and that striving for success, and that success is going to be coming into you. So let's see if we can get any more info from the Garuda Supana card. And I'll probably have to read it for you, because these cards are a bit of a mystery to me so far. Haven't used them much, so let me have a look for you. Number 42. Let me see. Oh, we're nearly there. So cultivate confidence in yourself. You have the inner spiritual power to deal wisely and effectively with any situation. That's interesting. Interesting, because we've got the Judgment card. So that's about being confident in yourself, stepping up into, you know, your higher calling, or the new sort of path. You've got the Emperor, who's very confident. And the Queen of Swords, who is very clear about what she wants, and very can assert herself, and go for her goals and things like that, with a clear mind and a focus. So it's interesting how that's linking up a little bit already. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of a kind nature. reflect upon what action feels best for you to take, and then follow through with decisiveness. So yeah, again, you're being decisive. You're not letting, here you go with the Eight of Swords, you're not letting any kind of mind tricks, and brain fog get in the way of what you know you need to do. So that's kind of cool like that. And the Queen of Swords doesn't let anyone take advantage of her, and she would certainly cut those people out, and have very strong boundaries in terms of, what she allows people to do and not do, if you see what I mean. You can't sort of fool her, you know what I mean? You can't. She's very astute in that, so I feel that's a good card for you. Especially if you have in the past kind of let people take advantage, or being too much of a giver and not enough, had enough kind of a reciprocity in that. And it's interesting, we have the Two of Cups, which has led you to this reading, and then we had the Two of Pentacles, didn't we, at the beginning, representing your energy. So that kind of feels like you there does need to be balance. So that's interesting that came out there. Do not allow negativity to get a grip on your life, which is what we were talking about with the Eight of Swords, wasn't it? As your hopes and fears, is not to get trapped in your own mind, worrying about stuff that's not actually reality. If you take all these steps and be careful, or go forward with confidence with your plans, then you're not going to be getting stuck in that negative mindset. So yeah, do not allow negativity to get a grip on your life. Positive energy and outcomes are indicated, which is exactly what the Six of Wands is a positive outcome of success, of recognition, of victory. So I really like that. The Garuda card there is kind of echoing what we've had in the reading, so that's really cool. Pile 1, I hope that you enjoyed that. I would really appreciate a like or subscribe, and definitely share the good energy with anyone you feel might benefit from this reading as well. And I really thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. So hopefully see you again soon. Thank you. Hello everybody who went for the Karma of Kutuhala. I apologise if I've said that wrong. This is kind of, new territory, this deck for me, but we'll have to see what we get from it. So you chose this card, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop your card up here, and we'll take a look at the meaning for that at the end and see if it follows along with the tarot selection here, or whether it's an extra message for us. But let's begin by getting nice any messages, or like a nice general reading from the tarot today for you, whenever you come across this reading, basically, whenever you're drawn to it. Hopefully there's going to be something in here that is helpful to you. Alright, so let's see. We have everybody who went for pile 2, what their energy is, please, today. Whoop. Well, that was fairly decisive. Your energy is coming out as the Ace of Cups. That would just spring out, so that's a good start. And then we've got what's helping or hindering you is the Hermit. What's brought you to this particular reading is the Hanged Man. In your subconscious, we've got the King of Pentacles. In your conscious mind, we've got the Six of Cups. What's coming straight for you? We've got the 9 of Swords. Sorry, I'm away with it today. And then going forward, your energy is the Knight of Wands. That's interesting. That was the same for pile 1, the Knight of Wands in this position. Others, outside influences, the situation is coming out as the Ten of Pentacles. Hopes and fears, we've got the Empress, and outcome is the Fool. So this is interesting. what I'm going to do is I will go through, and if there's any bits that I feel need an extra card, we'll pull the extra cards out. So let's make a start on your energy coming into this, your current energy. We've got the Ace of Cups. So it feels like you're ready for a whole new beginning in your emotion, in your emotional health. It could be to, you know, looking for new love. It could be just needing to have compassion and love for yourself. Something new, you know, to kind of create, or some new inspiration, something like that. So it's something that's you're looking for that satisfaction, that kind of emotional fulfillment, and you're like ready for it, I feel. And that's what we've got as your energy coming forward. And then in the helping or hindering, we've got the Hermit. So it's interesting, we have like the Hermit. What's brought you to this particular reading is the Hanged Man, and then the Hermit, which are kind of both cards about taking time to consider going within and things like that. So you could have been thinking about life and what you want out of life recently, and in a place of kind of letting go of a situation, or letting go of trying to force things, and just taking some time to reflect and think, well, what is it I really want? What is really going to make me happy in life? And you coming to the conclusion of what, you know, maybe looking for now what will make you fulfilled, you know, what's going to give your life meaning or purpose and things like that. So with the Hermit here, it's again, it's still looking inward, but in more of a like a purposeful way, where you're not really you're not at the mercy of, you're not kind of being forced to stop and think. It's more like you making a decision to go and look inward, and you're quite comfortable with that, and wanting to kind of do some soul searching and things, and it's about finding that inner light. So finding whatever it is that it's like a good time. I feel like it's a good time for introspection, and to really ask the big questions about like, what is it that will make me happy? What is it that I want out of life that is going to be fulfilling to me? So whatever the Hanged Man represented, whether it was that you had no choice but to kind of let go of something or someone, or a situation, and you it was about, you know, okay, well, I'll just think, you know, and maybe it's time to think about what I really want. And you're going to feel you're in a good position to kind of go deep, you know, and really think about what it is about life that's going to, what is it needs to change, what is it I really want. And it's like, know thyself. So I feel it's like a good time to reflect on things, introspection and all that, for definite. In your subconscious, you have this need for security, I feel. And you got a Ten of Pentacles later on as well, so that's interesting. But I feel like having security is important to you, but it's, and having something long lasting as well. So if it is like a new relationship or something, I feel like, you know, you get to know yourself and what you really want before you embark on anything new, I would say, and really sort of take a moment to get clear on what it is that is going to make you happy in the long run, and you feel secure in the long run, I feel, in this particular case. In your conscious, I'll draw another card in a minute when we've gone through these first few, just to clarify. But in your conscious mind, you've got the Six of Cups. So this is kind of a reminder to. It feels like your reading's all about self-discovery and mindfulness and things like that, because the Six of Cups is a lot to do with enjoying the moment and feeling that you have helpful people around you who will allow you to kind of have a moment. I feel it could be you kind of feel a bit nostalgic as you do this deep dive, you know, this introspection. I feel like I want to tell you know, maybe get a journal and just start writing out your feelings, like as a train of thought. You know, it doesn't have to have any particular format. Just like write your train of thought down, and it's quite interesting how that helps you come to some good conclusions, because it's kind of making the swirling fog in your brain, it's kind of organize it into a way that you can kind of then understand it and start to take action, or think, oh well, the first step to this particular thing is maybe I'll do this every day, you know, and you know, simple things can break it down. So feel, you know, a journal or something might be really helpful to you at this time. And definitely being mindful and taking pleasure in simple things. You know, I feel that that's so that you can keep your mind, you know, you can process this time of reflection. Coming straight towards you is, I feel, yeah, mindfulness I think is really important, because if we too, and also getting those thoughts out onto paper or into a blog or whatever it is, you don't have to publish it, it just could be just for an outlet for you. Because I feel if you have to be careful with all this reflection and introspection that you don't kind of go into overdrive and start getting anxious about things. And this can happen sometimes when you don't write it down, or you let it just keep swirling around, and you need to, I think this is just warning you not to go into the realms of anxiety where you're kind of guessing what might happen and things like that, and remain mindful so that doesn't happen. Let me get another card now. We've seen these few. And can we have any clarification on what this general situation, what advice for pile 2, please, to help them get through this kind of thoughtful period? What good advice do we have, please? Okay, going for 9 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you try sort of warning you not to get overwhelmed, and not to give up. I feel you've got 2 9s here, so you're almost at the end of this process. I feel, because you've got the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. It's basically, you know, you're almost at a point where you've going to have a breakthrough. And I think it's important to avoid this, like, burning out mentally and emotionally by practicing mindfulness. So switch off your brain, or write out your feelings and things like that, or talk to somebody, but don't allow doubts and worries and fears to kind of swirl around in your brain and burn yourself out. I feel that's telling us. So let's go to you going forward. So hopefully if you've got to a good place and you've avoided like this mental and emotional exhaustion, I feel like also a hermit could also be like, don't if it feels like it's starting to get a little bit, you know, you're getting a little bit anxious and things like that, I think it's also sort of a warning to kind of maybe he got helpful people here. I feel like it'd be a good idea to share with friends or something, or talk things out if you feel you're getting a little bit, things are starting to turn a bit negative. Do you know what I mean? Put a block on that, because that's you may be going into unhelpful thought spiral, and sometimes it's hard to get ourselves out of that. Sometimes we need someone else to give us a reality check, or to at least give us a non-biased opinion, so that we can kind of get back into reality. I think that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, don't isolate yourself too much, I feel this is saying, because you could sort of trap yourself in your own mind a bit too much. In terms of what you moving forward from this, you have the Knight of Wands, so it feels like it's a freedom now, of like you know exactly what you want to go for. You're fired up about life again, you're feeling more positive as a result of all this, and now it's time to kind of go off and take some action. If there's things you've been pondering about, plans you've been wanting to make, it's time to take the action now, and you kind of figure things out as you go. And this is more to do with just making a start than it is about knowing exactly where the journey will lead you. And I think it's important when you in your mind a lot and in your head a lot, is to let go of expectations a little bit, so that you don't set yourself up for disappointment or frustration. So, you know, the Knight of Wands will just go for it basically, and work it out as he goes along. But he does take action. The situation or others, outside influences, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. So if there's something that you're worried about in terms of like feeling secure or safe, the Ten of Pentacles is a very safe, established energy of hopefully good support from family around you, or just things are comfortable financially and things, so that you're able to go off on this new direction or whatever it is you want to do, without worrying about, you know, your basic needs not being met and things like that. So I feel that's what I want to say for that one. And then we've got the hopes and fears as the Empress. So I'm wanting to say, I feel like the Empress is coming in as a hope rather than a fear. And the Empress is all about having abundance and having that creative force, being able to kind of take whatever raw resources and turn it into something valuable. Or, you know, she is sitting in luxury, she is confident in her own skin. So really any material or spiritual or emotional lack is just not something you get with the Emperor. She's kind of very together, very in control, but also very compassionate and kind. And she has she's always got some idea, she's always got a way of creating success and things like that. So I think you're in a much stronger position where you know yourself, you know what you're capable of, and you have confidence in yourself as well. And then you have the Fool in the outcome. So yes, this is a whole new journey that you're on with the Knight of Wands starting us off here, where you're on the way to, you know, you're kind of on the way to a whole new phase in life. And there's going to be a lot of movement and a lot of fun, and it's basically don't worry what anyone else thinks, just go for it, because you have everything you need. And you're a lot more competent than you think you are, and hopefully you'll realise that through this kind of like evaluation process that you've been going through. But let me just get one more for the outcome, just to see, and then we'll have a look at the Kutu Hala card, see if that lines up with the reading. Okay, so let's have a little look, see if we got any more clarification for pile 2, please, on the outcome. Hang on. I'm getting this one here, 8 of Cups. Yeah, I just feel like, you know, you're off as the Knight of Wands and the Fool. That confidence and that creativity with the Empress. And you're going on to something better and something more satisfying. So the Fool is off, you know, not looking back. You know what you want now, and you know what's going to make you happy. And you're able to go on and go for it now. So that's kind of what I'm getting for your outcome. So that's kind of cool. So if you've been feeling stuck or stagnant, or too into your emotions, or kind of looking inward, you are definitely on the way to some movement and some growth in the future. All right, so let's take a look at this card now. I've just got the book, so I'm gonna have a look, see what we've got, any messages, if there is anything to back up the reading or to add a new message for us. Right, so your sacred soul passion is powerful enough to shift the state of your inner reality and your outer experience. So commit to what truly ignites your heart. Well, interesting. That Ace of Cups was representing your energy going into this reading, because this is about, you know, your emotions, what really inspires you and gets you feeling creative and emotionally fulfilled. Do not be dissuaded by anyone or anything. If you are seeking to make a commitment, do so when it truly connects to your heart. Follow your genuine, meaningful bliss. Know that no matter what happens to be, you shall prevail and you shall arise. So I like that for you. It seems like you're going in a good direction, and it's all going to be something that's a lot better than you've been used to. So it's like a lot to look forward to, I think, for you in the future. Okay, so that's what I got for you, pile 2. Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end, and I really hope that you pop back again to the channel and have another look at another reading at some time. If you would like to like, subscribe or share the video, that would be really, really appreciated. But for now, I'll say bye-bye and I'll see you again soon. Thanks. Okay, pile 3. Everybody who chose the Spirit Owl, let's do your reading now. So what we're going to do is we'll pop our owl up here till the end, and then at the end we'll just have a look in the book and see what messages the Spirit Owl has for us to add to this tarot part of the reading. So we're going to do a general reading again and just see where we're at, and if there's any messages for you, pile 3. Okay, and hopefully there'll be something in here that's helpful to you. So let's see, pile 3, everybody who chose the Spirit Owl, please could we have your energy coming through today? Ace of Cups, that's funny, exactly the same as the pile 2. Interesting. And what's helping or hindering our pile 3? We've got the 8 of Swords. Okay. What's brought pile 3 to this reading? Oh, that's jumped out at us. The 6 of Swords. In your subconscious, we're getting the Sun. Alright, that's cool. That's kind of lifting everything up already. In your conscious mind, we've got the 5 of Cups. So it's definitely you've been through it, and you're definitely ready for happier times. I think you've been through some difficult emotions recently. Let's just move this around. What's coming straight for you? We've got the Page of Pentacles, and then you're, after this situation here, this current situation, moving forward, we've got your energy as the Wheel of Fortune, which is good to see. Others, the situation, outside influences, is coming out as the Six of Pentacles. Hopes and fears, we've got strength. And outcome, we have got the Two of Wands. All right. So what we're going to do is we'll work through, and if there's any need to clarify, we'll clarify. Okay. And then at the end, we're going to see what the Spirit Owl wants to add to this. So, as I say, you're another one that's got this today. This Ace of Cups coming through. I'm just glancing at the other cards here. It could be that you've had issues with your love life recently, or just in general your emotional well-being. And I feel that what you kind of, hopefully, I think subconsciously and deep down, your energy wants to be done with this feeling. You have the Sun in your subconscious, which is definitely a wish to be optimistic again, and to kind of have some success again and happiness again. So that's kind of bubbling under the surface. And it's ready. I feel like you're ready to move on. You just have to let your conscious mind know. Because you could still be having some regret or some feeling lost. And you have a lot to offer, I feel. But you're kind of still maybe sitting in a little bit of upset from whatever it is that's brought you here. You've got the Six of Swords, what brought you to this reading. So you've definitely been through some difficulty, stress, or as I say, some emotional upset. Definitely been dealing with a difficult time. So there may have been a loss. But you kind of know that it's time to move on, and it's time to overcome it now. And this is kind of what's brought you to this reading, is wanting to have a push, a little bit of a push to kind of be able to shake this off. Because in your challenge position here, you're kind of trapped in your own mind right now about this. And it could be, if you have been through difficulty, your mind could be kind of saying that, you know, it's not safe to move on, it's not safe to get out there again. Even though your heart and your sort of soul are telling you that it's time to get out there again. And maybe if it's to do with love, like meet somebody new, or start enjoying life again at the very least, and stop holding yourself back, and get out of this, you know, get out of your head about it, and go with what you want rather than what's happened or what you think might happen again. Because you are capable of getting yourself out of this in both these situations. With both these cards here, we've got the in your conscious thoughts, we have the Five of Cups, and in what's helping or hindering you, we've got the Eight of Swords. This is two situations where people are focusing on the negative, or focusing on the fear, and not seeing how free they actually are. So it's about really believing that you're not as trapped as you think you are, and things aren't as bleak as you think they are, and you do have the strength to get yourself out of this. You have got the Strength card here in your reading, so I feel like you definitely have the strength to get yourself out of this. You have really good positive cards in your energy, and your subconscious, which are really want, you know, you really ready, you are ready. You might not feel like you're ready, but you might not think you're ready, but you are ready to move on now. Because this is in your conscious energy, you know, you might be trapped in sadness, but only because you're looking at what's happened, what's gone wrong, what you're trying to leave behind. You're trying to leave this behind. But if you keep looking at it, then you're not going to be able to turn this around. So you need to really, you know, get yourself to, you know, to take your attention away from what went wrong or what you're not happy about, and look at what you do have that's right, and what good things are about you, and notice those good things. And that, you know, as this person turns around, they will see that not only did they get these 2 cups that are fine, but they also get like a castle. So it's about, you know, coming out of your head. You're in your head too much about this. You want to move on, but if you're constantly dwelling on the negatives of it, then you're not going to be able to. So it's really, I think there's a strong message here to kind of start looking at what is going right and start looking at what you'd like to happen in the future now. And the Page of Pentacles in your immediate future is coming in with, there's definitely something coming along, like some news coming along for you that's going to make you feel like there's potential again, for like long-term growth, and learning to be enthusiastic about things again. Let me just get a card to clarify whether this is a person or not, because it might be, but we'll just check, we'll just see. I'm getting Justice. It's not so much a person as once you stop looking at the, once you stop kind of focusing on the negative aspects of what happened, and let that be now, because you do want to move away from this turbulence and this sorrow, or you know, this stress. You do want to move away from it, so allow yourself to move away from it. And I feel like, you know, that's going to open your world up again. That's going to give you something to be enthusiastic about again. And you can be like relearning about things, relearning about yourself, you know, having something that might come along that's going to be inspiring to you. You know, you might do something that's going to, yeah, I mean, it could be like you want to learn something new, you want to do something new, find a new job, or it's kind of that something new to get your teeth into, a new hobby or something in the material world. Kind of reignite your this underlying thing with the sun is about this optimism and this like pure energy and happiness. So it's something that might be coming along soon that's going to kind of make you feel like engaging with the world again, or improving yourself in some way, you know, doing something really positive that's got some good potential to take you places, you know, and give you some success and satisfaction again, and take your mind off all this negative stuff. It could be that doing something practical helps you get out of your head as well. And you've got the Justice here to confirm. So it feels like, you know, you keep doing things that, you know, what you feel is the right thing to do, and you will be getting rewards for it. So as long as you act in from a good place, with good intentions, you're going to, you know, benefit from this. Okay, so your energy then going forward from this is a Wheel of Fortune. So definitely sees you making that change and deciding to leave that unfortunate stuff behind, and that sense of loss and that anxiety and you know, that negativity behind you. You make that decision to be true to yourself and move forward with something that's going to be much more positive, and enhance your life. And you know, you are powerfully making that change now as your energy being the Wheel of Fortune, and you're going to be making your own luck, and you're going to be having a definite upswing in luck, and an upgrade in life in general, because you've taken responsibility for how you react to things, and you're changing it basically and doing something positive about it, and moving forward with like integrity and things like that. And the others, the outside influence of the situation, you're going to have that much more balanced. You're going to be able to put your resources into what you want to. Things are going to flow better, if certainly with finances and practical stuff. If it's something like a new job you want to go for, you know, to take your mind off the emotional stuff, or a new hobby, you might find that this has got some potential for an additional income, or a good income, and you'll be feeling like things are more balanced and fair, I feel like I want to say. So that's good. It's a good environment to be in, and being treated fairly by others as well. And you've got hopes and fears, you've got strengths, so you definitely have to have compassion for yourself. Sitting in this negativity and tormenting yourself by kind of like focusing on that is not being compassionate to yourself. So I feel that you really need to embrace being kind to yourself, taking care of yourself, self-love. With that, you can overcome whatever obstacles, you know, you can overcome whatever mindset if you take yourself and your needs seriously and look after yourself. And it's surprising how much more you can do if you start to look after yourself first. And yeah, and assert yourself as well. You don't have to be confrontational about it, but you do need good boundaries if you've been hurt before. So really put yourself higher on the priority list as well, I feel. And then outcome, we've got the Two of Wands. So basically, you are being called out again to, you know, sort of what else are you capable of now. You should be feeling a lot more confident in yourself going forward. You should hopefully left this situation behind that's held you back or kept you trapped or made you feel like, you know, this loss and this sadness. So you come out of that now. You've shown how strong you are and how much in control of your destiny you are. If you know, you just give yourself a chance and acknowledge that. And you're now at the point where, well, you know, what else can I achieve? I can go all in now, you know, and it's like looking out and seeing, you know, what else is out there for me, and having that, you know, you have the strength to go out there and find it, whether that's a new love or just in general a new happy, you know, to be happy, to get more out of life, and to, you know, have passion for life going forward. I feel that you know, you leave that negativity behind you, and you're going to be freeing yourself up to do this. So let's check out what the Spirit Owl has to say before we finish. Let's me see number 20. Okay, let's have a quick look. Oh yeah. Oh, nearly there. Okay, Spirit Owl. Recalibration to a higher order of divine purpose is in progress. It is not always a smooth ride, but it is safe to be fearless as you gently hold space for new ways of thinking, living, and seeing to emerge. You are encouraged to let go of opinions and belief systems that cannot support you in higher frequency states. You shall soon recognize a truth that cuts through confusion and frees you to proceed with love, peace, and a higher understanding. That kind of fits quite well, doesn't it? Because we're coming out of this negative mindset and honouring our true purpose and our true, our inner truth. We're not meant to be sat in disappointment and loss. It's time to move on. And justice is about being truthful to yourself and having authenticity and integrity, and believing that you can move forward. And we've got the Strength card here, which is all about that gentle persuasion and self-compassion and coming from that good place again. And yes, you are capable of much more than you feel you are now. And just by being, just by turning away from all this negativity and let it go and allow yourself to move forward, and you can make your own, you can make your own luck, and you can make the change for the better. You are not trapped at all. Okay, you just have to shift your perspective a little bit. All right, so that's what I've got for you, part 3. Hope that was helpful to you. Really thank you for sticking all the way to the end for this one. If you'd like to leave me a like, comment, subscribe, share, that's awesome. I really appreciate that. And I hope very much to see you again in another reading. So until that time, take care and all the best to you. Thanks.